Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey guys, it's Jordan, also known as Rye, or you can call me Rival if you want. It doesn't matter. But for those of you that don't know me, I am a 17-year-old YouTuber that normally does gameplay and any kind of gamer-related videos. But today is gonna be different because for those of you that are new to the channel, I have a series called Rye Talks where I just talk about a given... I'm sorry, that's a bottle in the background. But I have a series where I talk about current events or any given topic. And someone submitted an idea for this Rival Talks, but I'm going to go ahead and make that the next Rival Talks. Simply because this is more of a serious issue. This is about, violence and, a lot of things that are negative and overlooked. I feel that, this should be talked about. And, for those of you that don't know, there was an issue in Ferguson, and it involved a police officer and a citizen, and it was over, one of them getting killed. And what had happened was a police officer, shot the citizen and apparently kept shooting, quote unquote. I'm not entirely sure because, a lot of people tell me different stories and different things that happen as if to say they were there, but they kind of weren't. So you know how that goes. The story might get twisted. But from what I'm hearing, and the guy's his own friend spoke about it last night on the news. But basically, he shot him once, and the guy put his hands up and, said don't shoot or whatnot. Or he put his hands up as if to say don't shoot. And the officer shot again and shot more times, and apparently kept shooting until he was dead. And his friend kept running, and he ran for his life. And so now it turned into this big thing where they were gonna try the guy to see if he was guilty and all that stuff. And let's get into the main point of why I'm making this video. Last night, they kind of came up with the verdict as to whether or not Officer Wilson, which is the guy that shot Mike Brown, was guilty or not. And, they favored him not guilty. And what ended up happening was, the mother and President Obama both wished that it would be a peaceful kind of verdict. They didn't want violence to carry out or anything to happen. And that's the exact opposite of what happened. This bottle is just starting to piss me off. How many ripples did I put in it? Okay, but anyways, it was the opposite of that. They were stealing weave, they were stealing boxes of pizza, then they turned around and threw a Molotov in that same exact Little Caesars. They were throwing, Molotovs at police officers, everything. They were tear gassing the citizens on the police side of things, trying to control them with riot shields and other crap, and they were lined up in a formation, ready to, quote unquote, fix the problem or whatever the hell they said yesterday. I can't fully remember. I just know I have to make a video about this. I legit have to. I don't know. I just feel as if this is something that makes me feel unsafe. The fact that a citizen could get killed just for stealing or some shit like that is kind of crazy, because I don't know, from what I'm hearing, he stole something. I guess he brought one thing and stole another or something like that. I don't know. I'm slightly misinformed on the situation. All I know is he got shot and gunned down by an officer, and they gave him not guilty for that, which is I don't know, because the officer had all the time in the world Cell phones, man, gotta love them. Stop calling me all the time. He had all the time in the world to, decide whether or not to kill this citizen, and he chose to kill the citizen. So, with that being said, I don't know. It's like a matter of first degree murder and the officer getting off on first degree murder, because recently, well, not recently, but like a while back, there was another case, and it was Zimmerman versus Trayvon Martin, and Zimmerman won, and that was another case of first degree murder that someone gotten away with. I'm not really gonna say what I want to say, because if I say what I want to say, then people will just try to make it out to seem like I'm racist and I only support blacks because I'm black and all that crap. Well, I'm not really entirely black because I have other blood in me, but I'm not really gonna go discussing that, and I don't know, God knows when I will. Alright, this bottle, God knows when I will. But basically, let's get into it. So, I personally feel as if, I don't know, like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I feel like suicidal or anything like that, but I feel as if I should no longer walk this earth. Like, I lost my meaning to walk this earth, because when the people that's supposed to protect you kills you on purpose, it's like, what's the point of having police in the first place? When I could just, I can do bad all by myself. It's like, why should I be entitled to go and get killed by someone just because they have a badge? It's like, I don't know how to fully describe everything. All I know is that I am unhappy at this point in my life. After these two cases, I'm kind of unhappy. I'm depressed, I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm mad. I'm a bunch of mixed emotions all in one. And the fact that, like, ignorance is constantly growing is fucking annoying. Social media is making it seem like, just because people are black, that they don't deserve the First Amendment. They're not entitled to the First Amendment, and I feel as if that's fucking annoying. And people that are trying to keep racism alive are probably gonna join me in hell. And I'm saying that they're going to join me in hell simply because I wish that they would go to hell. And it's that simple. It's like, if you're trying to keep hatred alive, why do you feel as if you should still be able to walk this earth? You are a piece of shit and no one likes you. It's common. It's like, I believe in treating people how you want to be treated. Like, if you're going to be racist to somebody and try to dehumanize someone, expect someone to dehumanize you back. Expect someone to treat you like shit back. I don't believe in the whole don't hit back situation. I believe in hitting back. Like, you start something, finish it. And, if you can't, you can. If you can, you can. That's why, like... Okay, that's not even my phone. That's like a family member's phone. Wow, there's a lot of phones here. I'm sorry. But I believe in, like, hitting back. Like, if someone's bothering you, they can get it. And personally, that's what happened. You might call it ignorance, you might call it whatever, but you gotta realize something. In order for a situation to get started, someone has to start it. So the person that started it is kind of wishing and asking for problem, on their hands. And nowadays, like, people can just first degree murder someone and get justified, like, just like that. And the fact that there's no evidence to prove that, like, he did, like, intentionally murder him is kind of fucking retarded. It's like, I'm starting to wonder whether or not if police officers even carry around mace or tasers anymore. Like, because I'd rather get tased at the highest voltage than to ever get shot by an officer simply because I looked suspicious. Like, what the fuck? Like, what if I look suspicious and I got like a cell phone or something in my pocket and he thought it was a gun? Like, because I'm not the type of person to go around and carry weapons and all that shit and carry weed and all that. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of that. So it's like somebody like me, you know, like 10 police cars. Oh, let's not even get started on that, because nowadays there's like 10 to 20 police cars on any body that, you know, is quote unquote aggressive. And I don't know why like certain people get the title of aggressive just based off being black. Now I'm not saying, you know, like everybody is just calling, you know, black people black and wow. Alright, what I'm trying to say is I'm going off what people are saying, like the stereotypes, like the bullshit that comes out of their mouth that they think is logical, which really isn't. I personally feel as if society would be a lot better if police officers had the same approach as doctors. Because for those of you who don't know, doctors used to have the same approach as police officers years ago. But, you know, I don't know who changed it around, but somehow it got changed around, and it got to the point where they start having doctors be polite. So doctors having that shitty attitude when they come up to you, no, they're not having it. It's not flying. You know, you either fucking treat your patients right or you don't be a doctor. That's why, you know, you might have doctors that want to do like the shit people used to get away with and like be an asshole doctor to you years ago, and they can't because they have to hold it in. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, like it, learn to love it. Police officers should have the same fucking respect for, I'm not going to say their patients, but for citizens, and citizens should have the same respect for police officers. It's a mutual respect, and I'm not going to make it seem like the citizens are innocent, because we all know the citizens have to show respect back. Like, we are far from showing respect back. However, we're far from that because we're scared as shit, and we're to the point where we feel as if we could take matters in our own hands. And when you send like Coast Guards and shit like that, and you know, you smoke motherfuckers and tear gas motherfuckers, it's gonna get to the point where like one day people are just gonna get pissed and attempt to overthrow the government. And you know, the government might be sitting mine high right now, but what's gonna happen if, you know, someone's had enough of their shit and, you know, decided, let's fucking, you know, like, why not? Let's just go out in style. You know, the government's fucking me over anyway, or some shit like that. I don't know, man. I just feel like the whole Ferguson situation was unfair. People were stealing weed from the stores. They were stealing pizza. They stole rings. They stole liquor. They stole all that shit. However, they were smart enough not to set the liquor store on fire, because they know they're gonna have to go to that same liquor store the next day. So they just said, you know, fuck it, let's just leave the liquor store right there. I was watching the news, and they only showed the violent shit about what was happening. They didn't show anything in the courtroom. They didn't show anything in the police station. They didn't show, you know, anything that we wanted to see. Like the signs and shit that people were showing, all that. They showed the bad things, like stores being on fire, cars being on fire, you know, Molotovs getting thrown left and right, people getting tear gas, you know. The media chose to show everybody what they wanted everybody to see instead of what we really wanted to see. And here's another thing. The media has the ability to make things worse than they are. I'm pretty sure if Fox 2 or CNN wanted to create a ignorant war or some shit, you know, due to media, they probably could, because people would, because let's be honest, we all have that one news station that we like and only watch that one news station instead of all of them. So let's not sit here and act like, you know, we're variety people, because I don't even watch TV, and when I do watch TV, I watch variety. I watch them all. That's why people look at me as if to say I'm being difficult sometimes, because I'm that one person that doesn't just go with the flow. I have to see if I really like it, and I went to every station that they had it on. I went to 2, 4, I watched CNN, Channel 7, the Mexican channel, the Mexican news. I watched that shit also. I watched everything. I don't know, man. It's just... This right here is, like, mind-blowing. Because me and a few friends were actually in a party, and we were relaxing, kicking it or whatever, until my boy Ty was like, let's just give a moment of silence for him. And I'm like, okay, sure. We gave a moment of silence, and, we, after the moment of silence, we were all sad. And for the first time, I heard the song J. Cole made, called Be Free, and it was like a tribute to Mike Brown. And if you guys want, let me know. I can get a link to that video and put it in the description. I could always do that for you guys. If you guys made it this far in the video, thank you. You guys really didn't have to, but I'm kind of glad and happy that you guys did. But see, the thing is, I don't know. I don't feel safe anymore. I don't feel protected. I feel as if I should just lock myself in my mansion for the rest of my life and never come out, because the streets are so filled with ignorance and everything. It's just annoying. I'm only 17 and I log on to Facebook and see a bunch of ignorant posts, a bunch of racist posts, a bunch of bullshit that I shouldn't be seeing. All I'm gonna do is wake up and go to sleep every day with an objective on my mind. Instead, I gotta wake up, see someone's bullshit that's hiding behind a fucking computer screen, and I gotta sit back and watch someone, die just because the color of their fucking skin or something like that. And it just makes me sick to my stomach that there's nothing I can do, as a person to educate people. There's nothing I can do as a person to try to change people that are ignorant, because that's one of the things that I would want to do. I'm not sure if they have a charity for that, but if they did, I'd fucking put a lot of money towards that shit. I will put a lot of money towards that shit. I wouldn't be the type of person to try to pull out of the fucking charity and use it for my personal benefit or some shit like that, because obviously it's already my money. But I would highly put a lot of money into a charity for fucking destroying ignorance and doing the best they can. I understand there's other things going around, like fucking swine flu and Ebola and all that shit, but let's get it towards something useful for our country. Because how are we gonna fight as a country on a battlefield, then come home and fight each other because of the color of our skin? That doesn't make any fucking sense. We're not the United race, we're the United fucking States. And I feel sorry for Obama, yet I feel sorry for him simply because he might not even be a bad guy, but he's getting painted out to be like a bad guy because of previous issues that he's forced to fix, and due to the fact that everybody got blindsided into getting mind fucked. And apparently he's the worst president ever or some shit like that. I don't know. But what's going to happen is we're going to get a president worse than Obama. Even if he is bad or good, we're going to get a president that's worse than him. So all the blame is going to get shifted on that president. So it's what's the point? Life is getting to the point where there might be a woman president before there is a second black president. And I'm all for women being president. Nothing wrong with that. However, I don't know. It's just, I pray that, in my child's life or in my grandkid's life, life is restored. People can forget about the fucking past, stop bringing up the past, try to ignore hate and promote peace. Because right now, the only thing that's flowing through the fucking streets, or that's flowing through Earth, besides fucking oxygen, is ignorance. And it's everywhere. There's nothing I can do about it. It's like everywhere I go to sleep in fucking ignorance, you might as well say. I eat ignorance, I drink ignorance. Like, you might as well say those things, because ignorance is fucking everywhere. And I don't ask for ignorance in my life. All I ask is for a peaceful life. But I can't have that shit because someone is constantly being shot at. And as for the guy's friend, you probably won't even see this video, but thing is, I'm so sorry you had to experience that, man. And I know you might be thinking this, like, what the fuck does a gamer know about, being shot at or being in a fuck situation? You're right about that. I don't know anything about being in a fuck situation, because I never, have ever been shot at by the police or some shit like that. I might have been shot at by, like, people in the streets, and I had my house burned down by people in the streets, but I haven't been shot by the police, and the police haven't tried to burn my house down. So I have experience when it comes to living in the hood, how the hood operates and shit like that. But how the police operates, that's a whole nother level. And basically, I just want people to know that, like, this shit isn't one-sided, it's two-sided. So anybody that's just siding with Mike Brown, just to side with him, look into the other story. And for people that are siding with Officer Wilson, look into fucking Mike Brown's side of point of view. Look into my point of view. There's 3 fucking point of views. Like, just look at, like, both point of views, or all 3. And my point of view is where the situation could have been fucking prevented if, the officer wouldn't have shot, and maybe, just maybe, like, no one had to get killed or anything. I don't know. It's just, it feels as if, like, my life could easily be ended any second. And that's some scary shit. I'm only 17, and I'm going through shit that a grown man should have to go through because of the color of my skin. Because I constantly get challenged. Everywhere. About, the color of my skin. And I'm sick of it. And anybody that brings up race in anything is just fucking annoying to me. I don't see how people can put up with those types of people. Because a teacher once said to me, she said, Jordan, it's open season for, people, young black males. And she was telling the truth, sadly, because, like, Trayvon Martin, he was just getting a snack and winded up getting killed. Mike Brown, I don't know what he was doing or how he did it, but he winded up getting, overkilled. And his friend, if his friend didn't run, his friend would have got killed also. So I don't know. I just don't feel safe anymore. And my life is already shit as it is. I don't have much. I probably won't have much soon, and I don't know. It's just, I'm not in a situation where I'm a rich, snotty kid and I don't have shit to worry about, and I can just use money as an escape from reality, and I could just buy fucking everything and anything just to make, myself happy, like some Jordans or some fucking shoes or some headphones or some shit like that, or a car or a house or some shit like that. I'm out here constantly working on my career, trying to learn skills and other shit like that. And I'll be damned if I let someone end my life just cause, once again, I might sound ignorant when I say this, but, if you're going to take my life, expect yours to get took also. It's a 2-way street. It's not a 1-way street, like, just cause. Like, I'm not about to sit there and just let someone just, like, take my life. that is precious to me, that is precious to you guys, that is precious to my family, that is precious to, a girlfriend I might have at the time, or my kids, my future kids, or some shit like that, all because the color of my skin, or because he has a badge or some shit like that. I'm all for respecting the police. I follow the rules, I obey every law. But when it gets to the point where it's just, you walk up to me off nothing and, you got a gun in your hand, best believe it's not going to end well. I'm not just going to sit here and just get murdered and slaughtered and shit for nothing. Because what's going to happen is someone out there is going to be a third victim. And after, the third victim gets affected by this whole race war shit, that's when people are gonna fucking realize what's happening in the streets, and people are gonna fucking lose it, and they're also gonna lose their faith in the police. And once they lose faith in the police, what the fuck do you think is gonna happen? Are they really gonna call the police, or are they gonna go get their shit and start lighting shit up? I don't know, man. I'm so disgusted right now at human life. I don't know, because if Jesus was to look down and see what we're doing right now, he'd be angry. We all know he would be angry. And I might have did some things that might not have made him the happiest with me, but I know I didn't shoot anybody. I didn't intentionally, overkill anybody. I didn't do, stupid shit like that on purpose, So I don't have anything to worry about. As for those that are running around here killing people over weed or cocaine or money or status or music or some shit like that, or clothes, you gotta really analyze your life. Take a minute, pause, stop, and realize, is that something you really want for the rest of your life? Is that a flag that you can hold? Or is that a heel that you can hold for the rest of your life? Or a heel that you gotta, fight for every day? Because if you're gonna be king of the heel, pick a heel that you can hold every day, and not a heel that you have to fucking defend because other people want that same spot. Because if people want your spot, and you can't hold it, and you can't be hard, and you can't be, tough and, ruthless all the time, what are you gonna do when you're down, or when you're sick, or when you're other shit? You're gonna get fucking beat. And there's always someone out there that's better than you. There's always someone that's more badass than you. There's, if you think you're Billy Badass, chances are you're probably not, because Billy Badass is gonna meet up with you halfway one day. Which is why certain people fail to realize, that they're not Billy Badass until they meet Billy Badass, which is the worst thing about it, because then it's too late, because they either end up with an ass whooping or a bullet to the head. And that's the last thing I want to see or hear about. And it's sad that shit has to happen like that, but it does. And I don't know, man. It's just, you guys probably don't like this whole side of me where I get real emotional and spit the truth about shit, but I honestly want to cry right now. I know in the comment section people are going to be at my throat, at my neck, Rye, you're such a little bitch. Rye, why did you use Minecraft? One, I'm a gamer, and two, you call it what you want, man. I could be a little bitch, I don't care. If anyone's getting murdered just to get murdered, I'm gonna cry. That's like someone just killing a fucking animal just to kill an animal and prove that you killed the fucking animal. What are you gaining off fucking first degree murdering someone for nothing? What the fuck do you gain off that? Be honest. What do you gain off that? Whether you're white, black, blue, yellow, fucking green, what do you gain off first degree murdering someone just to prove a point or some shit like that? What do you gain? You get bad reputation. That's what you get. You have to move. You have to, go to a different country and shit like that, all because you wanted to fucking kill somebody. Is it really worth it? Is it fucking worth it? Because I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel so disgusted at what people of the same species as me do. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why would you shoot someone? Why would you, rape someone? Why would you steal from someone? I don't know, man. It's just, and that basically means that murderers deserve a trial, but thieves should be killed on spot. That's what this whole situation just means to me. But here, let me end a video before I get emotional and start throwing shit in my room and start crying. And I don't know, man. But it's been Riot Talks. I will be uploading more content. I'm sorry I didn't bring you guys a Riot Talks in a while. But, it is what it is. These are all over the place and everywhere. And it's just me just being honest, There's no script, there's no teleprompt, there's no anything. There's even fucking phones going off in the background. Because apparently they all left their phones at the house just so I could hear the shit. But, I don't know. Basically, yeah, it's been Rival. And, I'm see you guys later.
This what real motherfuckers wake up to, right? Yeah. Let's go. I feel that shit in my soul. I just turn that